kick is drop to control two. We got back up. Welcome back, everybody. Today is a very special day. We have a test week, so we're going to be retesting a lot of the exercises that we did in weeks 2 and 3. So today's retest, don't forget, if you kept track of your scores, your previous workouts from week 2 and 3, we're going to go ahead and bring those back up, and we're going to compare what we've done today compared to what we've done in week 2 and 3. So without further ado, today, our warm-up, we have 2 rounds of glute bridges and hollow rocks. So our glute bridges, right, we're going to warm up our backside, our 2-pack, our glutes. So we're going to be lying flat on our back. You're going to dig your heels into the floor. So we're digging our heels, and all you're going to do is bridge up your hips. So go ahead, Blaine's going to demonstrate, and while he's bridging up his hips, at the top right here, he's thinking of squeezing these glutes. And then he's going to come all the way back down, squeeze the glutes, just like that. So you're going to do 20 glute bridges just like this. Then we're going to go to hollow rocks. We got 10 hollow rocks. We're going to stay on our back. We have our arms above our head. Our toes are pointed forward. We're going to bring our heels off the floor, and now we're going to rock back and forth just like we're a boat in the ocean, squeezing everything. And what we're doing is we're warming up our core, warming up our midsection. After we've done these 2 rounds of 20 glute bridges, 10 hollow rocks for 2 rounds, we're going to go ahead to the workout. And the workout today is 5 rounds. We have 5 rounds of 20 air squats. Air squats are our first one. So for air squats, our feet can be right outside our hips or just below our hips. And we're going to think sinking our hips straight down between our heels. So when we're doing these air squats too, I would love everybody to have their hip crease below the tops of these thighs. If that's impossible for some of us, say we don't have the right range of motion, that's okay. Go down to as far as you can, just like Blaine is right here, and then come all the way back up. You're just not there yet, but with continuing doing these exercises, these workouts, and these stretches, we will eventually get there. After our 20 air squats, we're going to do 15 sit-ups. Now there's a standard I want these sit-ups to be. So when we're lying on our backs like this, when you do your sit-ups, I want you to come all the way up, and I want you to have your elbows touch the tops of your knees right here. So Blaine's going to go ahead and demonstrate. Elbows got to touch tops of the knees, and then we're going to go all the way back down. Touch the tops of the knees, and then we got to go right back down. So the rep doesn't count until you're at that end range of motion, and then you come all the way back down. And make sure when we come back down, our shoulder blades have to touch the floor, and then we can come back up. After we've done our 15 sit-ups, we have push-ups. We're going to do 10 push-ups. Now, if you can do normal push-ups without any assistance, without being on our knees, this is what it's going to look like. We want you to go all the way down to where your shoulders are below the tops of these triceps or this elbow, very similar to our squat. So your chest is going to come down almost touching the floor. For some of us, it will touch the floor. That's okay. Now, say we don't have the upper body strength yet to do our push-ups. You can go ahead, go to your knees, and we're going to do the same range of motion. Okay? So as soon as we're done with those 10 push-ups, we have 5 burpees. So with these burpees, we're starting from this standing position. And we're just going to go ahead and kick our feet out, drop to a push-up position. And we're going to go all the way to the ground and then pop back up. And make sure we leave the floor when we come back up. So Blaine's going to do a couple more. When we do come back up, if you can't pop both of your feet together like that when you bring them back, just go 1 foot at a time. 1 foot, then back up. That's fine as well. After your 5 burpees, you're going to go back right up to air squats. And you're going to continue these exercises for 5 rounds total. So before you start these air squats, you're going to go 3, 2, 1, go. Start your timer. And then as soon as you finish these 5 rounds, stop your timer. That is your score. That is your time. And we're going to test, and we're going to see if we can see some improvement. If you did see some improvement, do me a favor. Comment below. Post what your original time was and post what your secondary time was, or your retest time. After we've done all this, we're going to do our cool down, our stretches to, you're right, prevent injury, okay? So our first one, doorway cross stretch. We're going to show you in the office real quick now. Okay, so here we are again in the office showing you doorway cross stretch. So Blaine's going to go ahead and put both of his hands out to the side, and he's going to push his torso forward. Remember, target area is in this pec and anterior deltoid. That's what we want to stretch, especially from all those push-ups. We're going to feel a little bit tight up here. Now remember, if we don't loosen this up, we're going to feel like this the whole day, and especially if we're at our computer, we're sitting down all day, this is bad posture. So we got to open this back up so we have good posture, and we negate a bunch of problems later on in life. Awesome. 2 minutes there, 2 minutes. Okay, that was doorway cross stretch. So now we're going to go into single leg hamstring stretch. We're going to do 1 minute on each side. So with this single leg hamstring stretch, we have this leg extended out. We're on our heel, and both hands are going to go on both sides of the leg, and we're going to feel this stretch right in the back side of this hamstring. This is where you should feel it. We're going to be on 1 minute on one side and then 1 minute on the other side, just like this. As soon as we finish those single leg hamstring stretches, we're going to go to our sumo squat. Now this is going to be the toughest stretch you do today. So if you have some trouble, go back to your breathing. And what I mean by going back to your breathing is breathe through your nose so it relaxes your nervous system. Okay? So we're going to go in the bottom of a squat, just like we were doing in our air squats earlier today. And we're going to push out and just stay here and breathe. If you have to take if you have to come up after 30 seconds and just take a second break from being in that down position like that, that's okay. But just make sure as soon as you can, go right back down. So 2 minutes straight in the sumo squat position, or accumulate 2 minutes. As long as you stay 2 minutes in that stretch, and if you have to take a couple breaks there, that's fine. Just accumulate 2 minutes in that sumo squat position. I hope you guys did fantastic on your retest. I hope you got some new PRs, and we're going to continue this retest week tomorrow. Have a good day.